What is up, everybody? Happy Monday. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. I'm so sorry I had to call off our last meeting because you guys probably seen, we have been deathly ill, and I'm sure others have experienced the same. It's been freaking nuts over here. I swear to God, I think I told Lisa, I don't know who I was talking to. I said, if we were like able to pay taxes to not have our children get sick, I would fork up any amount of money because I am so over getting sick every other month. Not even every other month. It's like once a month. It's like without fail. I'm going crazy, you guys. So I'm sure you may have seen, or maybe you didn't see, I put a little question in our chat thread, and I'm gonna drop it again right here in the chat on Zoom in case you didn't see it. But I would love to talk about this. Here, let me post it. So something that I've done, does it say it shipped?
Yep.
And delivered?
On the 24th of November.
Here, send that to, here, babe. Stitches by Natalie on the top, send that picture to her. Real quick, intermission. We bought sweatshirts that say mommy and daddy or what, mama, dada, and it's made out of Tegan's baby blanket. And we mailed out Tegan's baby blanket in November. We still haven't got the sweatshirts. And so like I'm messaging the girl, like I'm freaking out because it's the only baby blanket we saved. So like this is really a big deal. Anyways, aside from that, I dropped the question here in the chat on Zoom as well as I did it on Facebook, but something that I'm focusing on this month is what I like to call soft goals. All right. So like things that self-care habits, things that you can do that aren't like gonna make you feel like shit if you can't accomplish it every day. And they're not things like weight loss goals or like completing a fitness program or anything like that. Soft goals are things that are going to help you feel a little bit better 1% at a time. And it's not something that like is going to make or break your day if you get to it or not. So for me, I created a list of my soft goals in my daily grind planner last night, and I'll share them with you guys. If you need a planner, let me know. Your girl's got a link and a discount code for this company. But I've got a daily walk because going on a daily walk definitely helps boost your energy. I've got daily devotional. So I have this little book right here where I just read a devotional every day. It literally takes not even 60 seconds. No food past 7 p.m. because I know how crappy that makes me feel when I wake up in the morning, because you shouldn't eat right before bed. Your body is trying to go into rest mode. And when you stuff your face right before bed, your body can't actually get into a deep sleep because it's busy digesting food. So if you wake up feeling like you don't have any energy, or like you didn't get a good night's sleep, or maybe you're dealing with heartburn or indigestion, things like that, all stem with eating right before bed. And I've been experiencing that lately because like the last week I've been eating before bed. So that's one of my soft goals. No eating past 7 p.m. Again, not committing to like any strict nutrition routine, just simply cutting the food off before I go to sleep. That's it. Waking up at 6 a.m. so that I have the time to get my walk in before I go to work, and doing a daily meditation or a tapping session to help my mental health. So you don't have to create 5. You can just do 1 if you want, but that's my list and that's what I'm committing to. And I want to encourage all of you to at least pick 1 soft goal that you can focus on this month. And again, it's not something that you have to accomplish every single day, but something that you really want to focus on getting done every day. Even if it's like 5 minutes of stretching before bed, or, you know, maybe some deep breathing when you first wake up in the morning. Like, it does not have to be anything huge, you guys. So I'm going to give everybody a minute to think about it. If there's anybody who already has thought about it and wants to share, I would love to hear from you. We're going to also do a little bit more work around this soft goal or goals here before we hang up tonight. So that's why I said bring a pen and paper, because I want to help you guys narrow down things that could get in the way of you achieving your soft goal, so we can start making sure that we get shit done. I think that for me, goal setting is like one of my favorite things to do. It's something I'm really good at. And I think one big part that people miss is they set a goal, but they don't think of all the things that could get in the way. What are the things that could affect you accomplishing this goal? How can you navigate around those things to make sure that you are taking care of yourself? Because the whole reason why you joined this group, or I'm assuming, is because you wanted a community with like-minded autism moms, and B, you realized that you were negating taking care of yourself. And that's really a no-no, especially for us moms who have extra stuff on our plate. You okay, Jesse?
Sorry, just hawking up along. I was like,
Oh, okay. I'm like, you all right over there?
okay.
I feel you. I've been hawking up along for a month now, I'm telling you. Um, does anybody have a single soft goal or multiple ones in mind that they wanted to share? I'd love to hear. And if you don't want to speak, you can type it in the chat.
Yeah, I do.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. So basically, I've been working with this sort of stuff with my psychologist as well.
Good.
So basically, is to learn to take breaks.
That's a good one. That's one that I need to start implementing. That's a great one. And is this one that you and your psychologist kind of worked on together, or did you come up with this on your own?
Sort of. So I've just got so much on my plate, and I don't necessarily have the ability to delegate it. But I've also got to make sure that I do take breaks when I do actual work and stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely. When I used to work at the eye doctor, one of the things he was like really adamant about was like when you're, especially when you're working on a device or a computer, was eyeball breaks. For every 20 minutes of staring at a screen, he would encourage you for 10 minutes to go do something else. So that's one way. If you had like a busy job that was demanding on a computer, that you could get a little bit of a break, maybe go taking a walk around the building, just for an idea, you know? But I think that's a great one, and probably one that I should focus on a little bit more. I mean, I did take a semi nap today. I'm really bad at napping. Like, it don't matter how tired I am. It's like my brain never slows down. I can't chill. Can't chill. So I like that one a lot. That was great. Does anybody else have one they want to share?
I got one, Brett.
What's up, Steph?
Hey, so something that I started doing just in January as a New Year's resolution is every morning that we finally get in the car, that transition is so hard. And while we're waiting in the car line to drop off, we just say a little prayer for our day. Just me and the boys, or, you know, the whole family if my husband's off. And that just completely resets everybody. Even if we've had a bad morning or it was rushed or anything like that, it starts the kiddos off on the right foot. And
That's a great idea.
yeah.
You should start doing that when you drop Tegan off to school. Do a little prayer with him in the car. That's a great idea. I love that. You guys are the best. I'm telling you what. More brains is better than one, that's for sure. I love that. Jesse, Lisa, what about you guys?
So, honestly, as soon as you started talking, I started writing down because I was like, some of the things you were saying are things that I was doing and implementing, and they were making me feel good. And then I fell off real bad. And so I've still been snacking at night, and my heartburn has increased exponentially again. So I'm like, okay, no more snacking past 7. Hydration station. I need to stay hydrated because it just makes me feel so much better, and it keeps me from binging as much,
Same.
feeling
Yeah.
hungry all day. And it's like, okay, maybe you're just thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
And then stretching and meditating, something that makes me feel good. I like to do that at night, but then the waking up early, and I want to start incorporating my morning affirmations again, because I'm like, it takes like 5 minutes, and it's something that as Raylan gets older, I want to do with her, and it be kind of a mother-daughter thing that we do. I'm like, and I affirm Wesley all the time. He doesn't necessarily give a crap, but
I'm
yeah,
still
so I'm
doing
like,
it.
but honestly, Raylan be talking, so I'm like, she knows what's up. I
Yeah.
can start affirmations with her right now, and
Sure.
going to be sinking in slowly. So morning, I'm like, I need to start waking up when my husband's alarm goes off instead of sleeping through it and waiting for her to wake up, because those are hours that could be just mine to be productive and to feel good, have myself dressed and ready to go before she wakes up,
Yeah.
as opposed to scrambling when she wakes us up and I'm like throwing on a robe or something to like take care of her before I can do anything for myself. And I think I'll just have much calmer, more peaceful mornings and time with her if I'm already ready whenever she wakes up.
I don't know how our time zones sync up or when your husband wakes up, but I plan on doing my Dig Deeper workouts in the morning in the VWS, our Zoom room, for those of you who don't know, which I feel so bad because honestly, Cheryl's the only person who's not in our group, but that's because Australia is not, she can't get body in Australia. It's like the lamest thing ever. But aside from that, if you want to work out with me, I'm gonna be doing it before work. That's why I'm waking up at 6. I'm waking up at
What time
6
do
so I
you
can do
go?
my walk, and then I'm gonna press play by 7:20 my time. I don't know when
So
that
that,
is.
well, Clayton's alarm goes off at 6:30, so it might be a
Mm,
little too early
we're
because
3 hours different. Yeah, it might
one,
not work.
just one.
Oh,
But
really?
because I'm in Central.
I don't know why I thought that was 3. I'm so time zones aren't my thing.
No, I got you, girl. It's
But my
okay.
workout is an hour long. You know, it's 50
Right.
minutes.
So I'm like, even if I don't catch you at the beginning, I
Mhm.
can definitely try to like catch you before you're done. And
Yeah.
doing my workout in the morning is actually kind of ideal too, just because then I feel energized and it's done. Like it's not hanging over me in the middle of the day and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
digging in
already
the morning
burning
way
out.
better.
So yeah,
Same,
that's a good goal. I'll try to catch
same,
you.
same, same. Yeah, holler at me, girl. Lisa, what about you?
So what I would call my soft goals are more health related to me
Sure.
because that's kind of what I do, what I've been doing for my self-care.
Yeah.
So I just started a new afternoon school schedule for Jacob. So I want to take that time in which I normally work out in the afternoons anyways, but I want to make sure that I'm actually dedicating that time for my workouts because normally I would be doing them and he would be home and Aurora would be getting home during while I would be in the middle of workouts. So I, pause what I'm doing and talk to her or wait till I'm done doing what I'm doing before I talk to her. So I want to get them done and out of the way before the kids are home from school. And I want to start doing the walking every day for 15 minutes. And I was doing really good with making some mindful nutrition choices. In the last couple weeks, I've kind of fallen off of that. So I want to get back on with.
We got this. Refocus.
Yeah.
Refocus. We just keep coming back. For real, that's how it goes, man. You guys, I've been doing this 7 years, and I know you've seen my body look all sorts of different ways, and it's because I'm a binge eater, and I have a really hard time when I go through my like webs and flows or whatever it's called. Like, I just fall off the deep end, and I think a big part of my growth is that time period in between when I fall off and I start binging and when I get back on track is shortening up every time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and binging for me now, like I had too many cookies this weekend, but other than that, like I wasn't like I didn't eat a whole bag of popcorn plus have a whole carton of cookies plus, you know what I'm saying? So like it's just getting a little bit better. And so that's what healing things kind of looks like. It's never, a straight shot there. So don't be hard on yourself.
Still sort of mindful about it. Like, it's not perfect, but also not letting it get
Out of control and not reel it back in for sure. I
right.
think for me too, a big thing that helps is when I write out what I'm going to eat for the week on a piece of paper, or like the To Be Mindset meal planner that I use every week is just it's golden. I love it. When I see it on the fridge, it's just like in my mind, like, okay, that's what I'm having. I don't even think about nothing else as long as I have it planned ahead. And that's when like that whole plan ahead or plan to fail thing for me, that is like that is it. That is it. And that is why I've been so obsessed with my planner lately because when I told you Lisa the other night when I'm like when I plan my day ahead of time, I feel in control of my schedule, in control of my life. And when my son goes off the deep end and has some crazy ass meltdown, which happens at least once a day, I can come back to my planner after I've calmed him down and see where I was without feeling so frantic, frazzled, and like with no sense of direction, because that's typically what happens once he has a meltdown. Then I kind of go into meltdown mode if I don't have something to like refocus that energy. So this has been helping me a lot. Which brings me to why I wanted you guys to bring pen and paper. I know normally we all meditate or stretch or do a tapping session or whatever. Tonight, I want to help you navigate these soft goals a little bit further, and that be our self-care activity. So I'm going to share with you the layout, like I'm going to share with you the exact questions that the Daily Grind Planner has for the habit tracking challenge in here. I'm going to share with you like the steps it has me go through, so you can go through those same steps. And if you have your planner, Jesse, yeah, you might as well pull out this paper. I don't know if you got the habit tracker. Did you get the habit tracker?
I did. It is all still in its box.
In the box. Rip that shit off like a band-aid. You need to pull it out, because we're going to go through this habit tracker page. It's really going to make such a big difference. I'm telling you, especially if like for like you're setting goals right now, this is, I'm telling you, you won't regret it. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, these planners, the Daily Grind Planners, are so awesome, because what happens every month or two, she launches a new cover, and these just pop right in and out. I could pull this right out. I'm not going to do it because I don't feel like putting it back together, but you get to change the front cover and the back cover. This is the Valentine's one. And she also has like dividers that are super cute. And then the inserts, you get to pick what you want. You can get lined paper. You can get the habit tracking challenge. Tegan drew me a picture. He's so sweet. You can, he pisses me off so bad. He drew all over this one too. And then this is what like the daily pages look like. So basically you write like all your to-dos right here. And what I love about this is there's 3 spots. You can check off done, almost, or tomorrow. So if you're like me and you didn't get something done and you feel like a failure because you can't put a check mark, this solves that problem, because you can still put the check mark. So you're like, it's all right. I'm doing it tomorrow. That's okay. And I'm telling you, it's the best. So, and they also have tons of cute different like stickers. You guys can see I decorate mine sometimes. I don't always decorate it every night, but when I have a little extra time, I love putting on a podcast and like writing out my to-do list and then decorating it while I listen to this is my me time. Literally, I put Tegan to bed, I come in here, and that's what I do. So it takes me like 10 minutes, and then my day's planned out. Oh my God, babe, he wrote on another one. It's a nice A. It's a nice looking A. But anyway, so yeah, if you guys want, the link is always in my bio, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. And if you use my name in all capital letters, you'll get 10% off. So if you want this, but you don't need this, because I'm going to share with you right now what the first page says, so we can kind of do this together with your soft goals. So Jesse, since you have the planner, if you pull out your habit tracking challenge, that first page looks kind of like this. It's got a bunch of different boxes. So on your pen and paper, what you should write is your start date and your end date. Your start date being 2/5 or 2/6, okay? And then your end date being the last day of this month. And I'm having you write that down because our first March call, we're going to pull these pieces of paper back out and see how you did. So our end date would be 2/29. That's the last day of the month. So you've already written down, or if you haven't written down, now is the time to write down all the habits or soft goals that you'd like to focus on for this next month. So I'll give you a second to do that if you haven't written that down yet. It could just be one, or it could be multiple. The way they have us do it in the planner, they put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They give you 15 slots. So you can write out 15 different habits that you want to start. And then they have us narrow it down to only 5. Again, not necessary for you to do that many unless you want to. It's completely up to you. So my 5 habits: daily walk, daily devotional, no food past 7 p.m., 6 a.m. wake up time, and daily tapping or daily meditation. So the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to say a few different variables that could affect your habits, okay? Different things that aren't controllable that could affect you getting this done. And I want you, anything that I say that you're like, oh yeah, that could affect me not getting something done, you're going to write down what I say. So for example, if I say the weather and yours is a daily walk outside, then you should probably write down the weather. So anything that comes out my mouth that will affect you achieving your soft goal, write it down. Here are the variables. The weather, we'll start with that. If the weather affects you achieving your soft goal, write down the weather. My mood. If your mood is going to affect you achieving your soft goal, write that down. The next one is my hormones. If your hormones will affect you getting your goals done, write that down. Energy levels. Energy levels. Sleep quality. If your sleep quality affects your new habit, write that down. Travel time. So maybe you are making a goal of going to the gym. If the travel time could affect you, write that down. Here's one for you, Jesse. Hydration level. Planning my day. If planning your day or the lack thereof planning your day could affect your goal, write that down. My nutrition. If your nutrition affects your soft goal, write down nutrition. My environment. My cycle. And the last suggestion is daily movement. And then make sure you write down next to this list, the following variables will affect my habits the most, or the following variables will affect my soft goals the most. That way, when you look at this list for future reference, you're like, why did I write down all these random things? Well, these are the things that could affect your goals. And then beneath that, if you can think of any other variables that affect your ability to stick to your soft goal, write that down. And if you want to share any that I didn't list that you might think someone else could possibly benefit from hearing, feel free to do so. I wrote down my bedtime and my son. I think we could all write down our children as a variable that can affect what we got going on.
I also wrote down my husband's schedule. His work schedule is really crazy and it's constantly changing. So some days he's here, some days he's not. So just that change. And, you know, if it's just me, I've got a good routine going, but as soon as you add in, now my husband's off work and we want to go do something or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shifts everything around.
That definitely.
Or if he's not getting home till late because he had a delivery and he's like way out of town.
That will affect it for sure. Yeah, I almost like what Stephanie just said. I feel like when Lance is at work, I almost feel like I can do more. It's nothing against you, but even like, because he helped, like when he's here, he lets me work. Because you guys know I run online businesses. So when he's home, I'm working. And so it's kind of crazy how that even happens because he takes care of Tegan. But I feel like maybe it's a control problem. I got to keep checking in. Got to make sure he's doing it right.
You check in more often, you talk,
Yeah, it takes away time. Even the little 5-minute chit chats, you know? Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's crazy. Before you know it, the sun's going down. If you're not careful, you know what I mean? There's not enough time in a day, I swear. Okay, so the last little part to this variables thing. If I had to narrow it down to only 3 variables that affect me and my soft goal the most, circle those 3. What 3 affect you getting this stuff done the most? For me, it's my sleep, my bedtime, my son, and my mood. I'd love to hear your guys's.
sleep quality, energy level, husband schedule.
I can relate.
I'm thinking whether the younger child and well, honestly, I'm just gonna change that to children because I wrote them both like Wesley and Ray, but I'm like, depending on the day, they can both be equally problematic.
Very true.
But and then I know like mood, hormones, and the cycle and energy levels are like 3 different things, but I'm clumping them together because like
I'm with you.
so
Right.
thinking that I'm like mood, energy, and hormones.
If
which
one's kind of
are tied
tweaked, I'm
to-
sure another is.
Exactly
Yeah,
right.
I should probably put on their full moon, right? Like just
We
add
should
that.
all put that too.
There you go.
That's hard.
That goes with the kids sometimes also.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, no kidding. We'll all be batshit crazy.
I know, I bless your heart with a teenage girl, like,
For real, poor Lisa.
Yeah,
What
I
you got,
can't,
Lisa?
I have nothing good to say about that. I
Don't
put
do
about the
it.
same for mine, weather, mood, quality of sleep, and kids.
Sounds pretty consistent across the board. What about you, Cheryl? What do you think is going to affect you taking your breaks?
Mood, just planning my day, and the my children and my husband's schedule lumped into one because they sort of change everything
Yeah.
what I'm sort of doing in a moment's notice because I'm the one who's flexible.
Right. Same. Yeah. I can definitely relate to that. So the very last thing with this whole situation, and I'm going to give you guys a minute to kind of think about this and just jot yourself a little note here. It says, how will sticking to this soft goal for the next 31 days change my life? And I wrote, I need to get back to taking more care of my mental health. I know that focusing on these things will drastically improve my mood, my energy, and more. So write down really quick for yourself, like, what is your why? Why do you want to stick to this? How is it going to change your life for the better? And then again, I would love to hear everybody share. And then I have something I want to share with you guys before we get off. And as you guys finish, if you want to unmute and share with us, I am here to listen.
Yeah, I feel like one is like more of a long-term why, and that is to increase my health, to further increase my longevity, to be a healthy and present parent for my children as long as possible. But the other one is a little more like in the now, and that is to elevate my mood and my ability to be a better mom, because I definitely have noticed lately, anytime I'm slipping with some of these goals or things in a similar vein, I'm less patient and I'm losing my temper. And my kids are the ones who pay the most for that, because if I'm like running on a short fuse because I'm having a bad day, because I'm scrambling from the second I wake up in the morning, I'm not as good of a mom. So these things might help me to be a better mom.
Yeah.
And a happier person. I'm like, if
In general.
needs matter too, right? And my
You're so
husband,
right. I mean, since I started working in the bakery, which is a whole different world for me, I notice the days that I don't exercise before I go into work, I feel so much more anxious and tense and just like not comfortable like with what I'm doing. It's kind of strange, but if I exercise, I kind of go in there with this attitude like, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to whip these cakes up today. Like I'm so confident. It's kind of crazy, like the dynamic shift that happens. So I definitely can relate to that. And I think that's great for you, for your kids, for your family, for everybody involved. Love that. Who wants to take the mic?
I think that for myself, I would be happy with myself for accomplishing setting things aside for myself to do and accomplishing it. And all around it would make me feel better and happier, mentally and physically.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing about this planner. So like I just started my habits. Today is the 5th, right? So like for every habit you color in a box, and by the end of the month when you have all these little rainbow boxes, to look at that makes me feel accomplished. So I can imagine, just for, I mean, aside from like the visual, just doing the damn thing, but also taking note of it, which is why I'm having you guys write this down, because when you can look back on something you said you were going to do, like physically see, like I said I was going to do it, and then have done it, it does give you that hit of dopamine and that happy feel good feeling like I did it. So I love that. Steph, Cheryl, anybody else?
Yep. So I'm doing this just to get a little bit more control back in my life. I feel like we have just been tossed by the waves for the last, I mean, it's been going on for nine-ish months. We just got results back today, guys.
I was going to ask you.
So they don't have the disease. They don't have the mutation, the genetic mutation, but they do have a severe intolerance to like chicken, beef, peanut, or like any kind of nut. Most dairy products. There are some cheeses that they can have, but just to have a list of foods, like they can have bison, veal. What else was on there? Venison.
Ooh, venison's the best.
Those, yeah. So those were all okay, but they had severe to beef and chicken.
Was that something you were feeding them regularly
Oh yeah.
prior to this? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Same thing with peanut butter. Peanut butter was a big one. Eggs, things that I was not expecting: broccoli, strawberries, blueberries.
Broccoli is actually very common because of the like gas production that it causes.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of people inflamed, actually. That I learned the hard way myself, particularly. I ate a little bit too much broccoli my first year in wellness. But
yeah, sorry, my husband just got home. Like I said.
You're fine. You're fine. Hi, hubby. What's good?
But yeah, that was surprising. But that's like one of Elliot's favorite foods: broccoli, strawberries every single day. So it's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And we just,
How old?
He's 6.
Okay. I sympathize with you there. My oldest, she had all sorts of food allergens we didn't know about until when she was little, she had certain things she liked, and she really stuck to those, but she was constantly sick all the time. Like she didn't gain weight. She was really skinny and scrawny. She would get eczema and rashes and just constantly throwing up for no reason. We couldn't figure it out. When we finally allergy tested her, and all the foods she was eating, she was allergic to environmental, trees, grasses, all kinds of stuff. So
I'll have to go to a specialist to get this testing done, or did you just go to your like primary care visit, like their pediatrician?
So this was an at-home test that I ordered online. I will drop the link. It was $90 out of pocket, and I got the results back in 5 days.
Put it in the chat thread. I want to take it for myself.
I know. I'm like, I drop a link.
So what did you have to do? Did you swab their mouth, or like what would you do?
No, it's a hair follicle test. So you just had to pluck like 10 hairs. I mean, it took like 3 days with my oldest. He was just so scared, and then he was really freaked out, like, but you took it out of my head, like it needs to go back. He's
gonna pull his hair out.
Oh my God.
So, and then my youngest, like, he just sat in front of the TV and was like, no big deal. Like I was doing nothing. He just kept looking at me like, what are you doing? Are you combing my hair?
Wasn't
gonna be a few more.
What'd you say? When we started, I had Aurora's blood tested at her pediatrician just for some of the common things. They, dairy, they tested peanuts, and eggs, I think, in office. And so when those came back that we thought, okay, we need to expand this scope. So we did go to an allergy specialist, and they did the back pricking.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought the only way you could do that was with the little pokes in the back.
Yeah, see, I did that in my 20s too, and I had a ton of allergies too.
No, I
But
should probably do it for myself, honestly.
I don't want to do it for
It would-
Tegan because he only eats like 5 things. What would I do anyway?
I know.
There's
No,
nothing
but
I
then,
can do.
Well,
but
like,
now
what's
it gives
the
me a
point?
list of foods that are like safe. Like that's amazing to
That-
me.
Yeah,
That-
well, and you're
that will be
experiencing
so
issues. Tegan
much.
ain't. He's fine. He just won't eat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like at this point, you're
That'll
like,
be
no, let's expand his palate, not limit it further, right?
Ugh, it's so
That'll be
bad.
such a relief for you having safe
Oh yeah.
Yes.
things.
I'm
What the
excited for
thing
you.
is with you though, which I feel bad for, is your some of those things aren't very commonly found at the grocery store. So what are you gonna
Right.
have to
Well, that was my question.
do?
Does your husband hunt at all?
I was like, do you have any hunting friends?
I do. So my uncles, they all hunt. So
You better tell him to
venison will
send
be
venison your
readily.
way all year long. Tell
Yeah.
you pay good
Oh
money.
yeah,
for it.
They can have
that depends
turkey.
on what tags.
So I mean
That's
that
good.
was
Turkey's
yeah.
good. It's an easy substitute too. It like I feel like it's not very different from beef, like if you season it right.
right.
Because I do
Yeah.
like turkey burgers. I do ground turkey in my spaghetti occasionally. And I actually just looked. The protein grams for turkey burger is solid, so it's a good food
Nice.
for sure. What was the other thing? Oh, you could ask like local. You should get into like Facebook groups like in your area. I wonder if there's even hunters like Facebook groups. I'm sure there is. Like where
Yeah.
hunting people that hunt all the time go to a Facebook group to like share like their tips and tricks and where they hunt and whatever. I bet you get into them groups and you just pop a post, you probably have people commenting willing to help. I guarantee it. Especially if
Yeah.
their kids have autism and stuff. They feel that connection with you and they'll be like, I'll help her. You know what I mean?
See, we're in Amish country
Oh, well, that's
here in
good.
Indiana. So we have like little farmers markets everywhere all the
Oh,
time.
that's great.
We have like an old country store and they have fresh meat every week. So I
Do
mean,
you sell
be able
bison
to-
or veal? Babe.
Both of them.
Okay, do you have
Nice.
Publix where you live?
no,
Damn.
no Publix.
Publix sells bison and veal, he just said.
Just ground.
Okay.
Just okay.
We do
So
have
you
Trader
can check your
Joe's.
local meat markets and stuff. I bet you because he works in the meat department and if Publix has it, they're a franchise. I'm sure like
Yeah.
little meat departments probably or little meat markets probably would too, you know?
Or if you
Yeah.
have butchers,
Right. Yep, we do.
we have some butchers here because we're big hunting area also.
Where are you at?
Nevada.
We're all spread out so far. It sucks. I was thinking like, man, how could we like when I get back to Michigan, girl, I'll go out there and get you some damn deer. I haven't hunted in years, but I would love to. Give me a reason to go sit in the quiet.
It'll be fun. Where in Michigan though are you going? I don't even.
Ypsilanti, so by Ann Arbor, U of M. I don't know
Okay.
if you're familiar with U of M football at all, but they're a pretty big deal right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
So like if this is Michigan, it looks like a mitten, we'd be like down here.
Okay.
I feel like I might be actually kind of close to you. Like not
So-
too far, but like within drive, like maybe like 6 hours ish.
Yeah. 5 or 6 hours. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Babe, isn't Indiana where we was just saying that Justin Timberlake about to be?
That was cool.
Girl, we got to go to Justin Timberlake. I'm gonna come pick you up.
That's great.
I was looking at his tour dates. Oh
Nice.
man, poor Cheryl. And unfortunately, we will probably never be able. I mean, okay. Let me
Don't say
know.
never. Don't say never.
Yeah, don't say never. True, very true. Everyone send up a prayer. I listened to a podcast where this guy he's a millionaire. I'm not going to go into all the specifics, but needless to say, his dream this year is to make like 10,000 or 100,000 people's dreams come true. And he was saying their business dreams. And if you go on this guy's Instagram page, you can apply to have your dream come true. And if you look at all the dreams that he's making come true, a lot of it is disabled kids and like their business goals, like starting an apparel line and things like that. So I applied and I put in there that I wanted to host a retreat for you guys, one where you didn't have to pay to come. You didn't have to, like where everything would be covered. All you got to do is get your ass on a plane and come to wherever I have it at. So everybody cross your fingers because he's giving away $10,000 to each person that he picks to help make their dream come true. 10,000 will be plenty for us to plan something really great. So You never know. I am totally a dreamer, okay? The fact that Lance made it to the top 8, we almost won $100,000 last year, is proof that miracles do happen. And so I'm not giving up on that dream. But Cheryl, what, you were the only person who did not share. What was the question? I done forgot. We done went off the dang tangent so much.
What is your why?
What's your why?
Oh, your why. Yes. Why is it important that you get your break?
To feel like I can actually achieve something and to get out of this mode of survival and burnouts.
That's a big one. That is a huge one. I am right there with you. I love that for you. And I really, really hope that you can make it happen this month. Little steps at a time. Not every day, it might not happen, but hey, if you can get it in at least like 4 times a week, I think that is a huge win. So I'm rooting for you.
With the older one at school, I've actually got to have a little more break.
Yes.
And I do have 2 days where I'm a kid free, so that's helpful.
Oh, that's awesome. That's wonderful. Man, that's got to be nice. Ugh. Telling you what, I can't wait to get back to Michigan so I can have a little bit of help from my mom. But she's going to need a little bit of help getting to understand how Tegan works, because she's only been around him, you know, like for a weekend or something when they come to visit. We left when he was a year old, so she doesn't even have a clue. I mean, she hears me crying to her a lot, so I'm sure she has a clue. You know what she said to me? I was like, Mom, I'm really going to need your help because I'm going back to work when I get there. Like, this is the reason why we're coming home, so we can have more money and, you know, more support. And she was like, yeah, it's going to be really hard. Mommy might cry a little bit, but I'm going to be strong and we're going to get through this. And I'm like, you're going to cry. You don't even know. I'm going to be crying thinking about you being at home with
No,
him.
I'm gonna be running out the door.
Shit. I'm nervous. Yeah.
Take her some boxes of tissue the first time you drop them off.
Right on the box. This is for the tears you may cry. Oh God, Lord help me. But hey, she put that curse on me when I was little. I remember like having a fit, which was like a common thing. And her saying, one day you're gonna have kids and they're gonna treat you 10 times as bad as you treat me. And then here we are. Tegan walks all over me. He don't give no shits. None.
I heard that so much when I was a kid.
The worst.
And that is something I will never say that to
Yeah,
Aurora.
me too. Same. When I
tell
call her
her-
crying, I'm like, you see what you did to me? As Tegan's like,
I'm like, you don't even have to have kids. Don't even worry about it. Like,
for real. Oh my God. No joke. Oh my God. All right, y'all. Last thing I want to share with you before I let you go. You may have seen, I'm starting a walking challenge. Someone that I have like went through, like, I don't even want to say it was like an obsession phase. I still am obsessed with her. I go through these things where I just like really zone in on something or someone. And Shalene Johnson has been one of those people. Like, I'm talking, I bought her used clothes. I'm talking pictures of her and me up. Like, I'm talking, I have went through crazy phases with this lady. She is the creator of PiYo. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's an old Beachbody program. That's like yoga and Pilates put together. So it's like, instead of just like holding a yoga pose, you're like moving through it constantly. Like, you never just sit there and hold one pose. So I got certified to teach that program live long ago. And I started listening to her podcast. I bought her journal. Like, I did anything that she was doing, I was buying it. So here we are now. And she recently just said that she wanted to start a 14-day walking challenge. It's been a while. I haven't been walking like I normally would. So I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. I went and to her page and I got the link or whatever. And today was day 1. You guys, this is awesome. She provides you with a meal plan and a grocery list if you decide that you want to eat well while you're doing the walking challenge. You don't have to, but there's that. And then every day, and it's completely free, okay? Every day an audio is released that you listen to while you walk. So like today's walk was, the day 1 was actually 8 minutes long. And then like the next one's like 15 minutes long. And like they're all really short and sweet and to the point, but it's basically women who have either gone through menopause, are going through menopause, are older, And they are super fit, super energetic, super healthy, and they're sharing things to help you own in on being super energetic, super healthy, just feeling good, and just taking care of yourself as you age. So I absolutely adored today's audio that I listened to. Was Petra Kolberg, who is actually the president of Beachbody's mindset uh program thing that they have. I just love her to pieces. And on the walk today, like she was like saying things like, pretend there's a string coming to the top of your head and it's like lifting you up. And then she's like, then she has you do like some shoulder rolls, and then like all of a sudden you're like walking with a different like I literally felt myself going from like this walking to like all of like having correct posture. By the end of it, I felt like I could breathe deeper. Like she had you do breathing exercises while you were walking. It was just really interesting. I've never listened to anything like that before. And so I'm doing this walking challenge. I'm going to walk every day for the next 14 days. And I thought I would share the link with you guys in case you want to do it. But when you go to the website, I'll show you. You might have to like sign up for it first. Don't worry, it's all free. The reason why you have to sign up is so that way she can send you an email every day with the audios. But once you get signed up, this is what it looks like, and you can access this from your phone. So like you click here and it'll take you to all the guided walks. This is the one I did today. And then once you click listen now, if you're on your phone, you can even close your phone and put it in your pocket and it still plays. It's not like YouTube would. You know what I mean? Did you do it today, Lisa?
I did, and I'll touch bases with you about this, but so I started it, and once I got it kept disconnecting. So, and I don't know if it was my headphones or if it was my phone, but I should even be walking away from the house. I still should have synced
Yeah,
up with the
I would
towers
disconnect your Wi-Fi. Don't use your Wi-Fi. Make sure you're just going off a cell
to
service.
start it off.
And then the other thing you can actually do is download them. So when I click listen now, you'll see down here under attachments, you can actually download the audio. So if you click
Okay.
this button, it'll save it to your phone. And so you won't, like, even if you had no service at all, you could still listen to it.
Okay.
But if you're someone who is not exercising right now and not getting any movement in, I think this is a great way. And she even says, like, you can walk on a walking pad, on a treadmill. You can even walk in place in your freaking house, march in place. Like, the whole point is just getting steps in. I don't know if you guys know this, but something I've learned recently, walking helps your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is what helps you get rid of toxins, and just really about anything, infection, just about everything. So walking, especially after like overcoming an illness or going through a surgery, all these types of things will help your lymphatic system drain out all the bad stuff that is stuck in your body that causes inflammation and puffiness and all that jazz. So I'm all for the walking. Zone 2 cardio, you ain't gonna catch me jumping around like a monkey ever again, because I've learned that walking is really a great thing, and you don't have to exercise all crazy if you're just active and moving. I think for a very long time, I thought that if I were exercising, doing a killer workout, if it's 40 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, I'm considered an active person. But then I go sit on my ass and work on the computer all day long. So I'm only getting 30 minutes of movement in a day. Even if it's intense, I'm not considered an active person. And that's not living a lifestyle of wellness if you're sitting all day long, aside from that, 30-minute time span. So I just encourage everybody to get out there and get to walking. You will feel so much better. I'm going to drop this link here in the chat. So copy and paste that, save it somewhere, and join the walking challenge. If for whatever reason you can't figure it out from that link, let me know. I can help
You
you.
posted in our in the
The
group
post
chat.
from her. Yes. Let me do it right here because I don't know where my phone is. Facebook.
I'm gonna register through that way because I had done I commented on the post on Instagram, I think it was, but I didn't get any I didn't get any email or anything.
Oh no.
So,
Check your spam folder.
okay.
It might have went to your spam folder. All right, there it is in there. All right, y'all. Oh, wait, I need to take a boomerang before we hang up. Proof that we were here. Shoot, if I can find my phone. Where's my phone, babe? There it is, found it. Got it. Y'all laughing, I just wake him up. Where's my phone? You shouldn't be sleeping. I'm not sleeping yet. All right, let's see. And Instagram. All right. On the count of 3, smile and wave. So it's a boomerang, it's a moving photo. So you can wave, you can blow a kiss, you can smile, whatever's clever. 3, 2, 1. Got him. You guys rock. Oh, yes. And Steph just dropped that link for the food sensitivity test. I will be getting that for sure. I can't wait to figure it out. Much love to you guys. I hope you have a great week. I won't see you next Monday, but I'll see you the one after that.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Yeah.